Okay, anyone listening, I'm doing this live for my live stream, and it'll be going up on my YouTube channel and and it's a live stream at the same time, so that I have content on my YouTube this week, and I'm also doing this for a live stream. So I'll edit out the part where I tweet this out, and then I'll proceed to do my tier list. This tier list is gonna be on Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom Hearts franchise. I'll be tearing out the games is what I'll be doing. Be doing it for fun. We'll see where we put all these games. There's 15 of them, I think, on the screen right now, including the Japanese exclusives like the phone game Coded, which is no longer available, and Back Cover, which eventually turned into Unchained Key. So, hope everyone's had a good week. I know I have. Not really had a good week. It's been kind of rough. I know my week has been kind of rough. This is what I usually do. If you guys on YouTube are wondering where this came from, up in the corner on the top, that's that guy 1695. That is that guy streams. That is where I do my live streams all the time. So if you guys want to join me, by the way, that's not always up there. It's usually somewhere over there. But to keep everything, I'll tell you what, I'll shrinky dink a little bit. I'll give it a bit of a shrinkle, little bit of a shrinkle. Yeah, that'll do. The Facebook and Twitter tag doesn't match up, but it's fine. So this is my Facebook live stream that I'm posting to YouTube for the purpose of I didn't really have a video ideas and I really wanted to do a tier list. So I've got Kingdom Hearts, all the games up there above me, of course. Let's talk about what we got here. So these are all the core and side games. We've got Kingdom Hearts 1, the first game, Kingdom Hearts 2, of course. After that, it came Kingdom Hearts Coded for the DS, and then we got Kingdom Hearts Recoded, I believe, shortly after that. We got Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. I believe first came 358 over 2 days after 2. Yeah. And then Birth by Sleep came out. Then we got Kingdom Hearts Recoded. But before that existed Kingdom Hearts Coded, which was a phone game in Japan. We didn't get that here in America, but I'm still going to be putting it on the list. It'll probably be lower than Recoded. Then we got Kingdom Hearts 3D. We got Kingdom Hearts 3D, Dream Drop Distance. Kingdom Hearts Back Cover, which again was only a browser game in Japan. Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, which is the phone game we have currently at the moment and have had since 1.5 came out, I believe. We got Kingdom Hearts 1.5, of course, and 2.5, which includes Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix. I'm only going to be doing the Final Mix versions that we got here in the States. I won't be doing the Japanese versions. They're practically the same thing, but the remix versions will be in the same ranking that I give 1.5 and 2.5 since it's on 1.5 and 2.5. Of course, we got, 2.8. We got 2.8 up in here, which includes 3D and 0.2 a fragmentary passage. We've got Kingdom Hearts, and then for finally, we have Kingdom Hearts 3. So before we start this, I'd like to say that this is just my opinion, and the opinions of anyone who joins the chat over. It's confusing over in that direction. Um, Anyone who joins the chat on Facebook, I do not show my chat, because Facebook shows actual names and not screen names. So sorry if you guys don't understand. I will still read the comments out if anyone comments, but I cannot show comments because they have actual names, which sucks. But Facebook really needs to get on that and like change that up a bit. It'd be great. Anyways, the rules is I'm gonna be going by story, gameplay, and main villain and how I feel about him, and that's gonna be the basis of what I put these as a ranking to. There's only 15 of them, so this might not actually take that long. Without further ado, I'd like to get started. Let's start with Kingdom Hearts 1. We'll put it between here for now. You'll have to be on full screen to to see. Sorry, it's I have to make them smaller so they fit on the tiers. Kingdom Hearts 1 pulled the heartstrings of many people. It got a lot of people interested in Kingdom Hearts. It was, of course, it was the first out of many. It's an interesting concept. It was a concept that you really wouldn't have expected to come out of nowhere. It just came out of nowhere since Disney and Square Enix shared a space in Japan for a little bit, and Tetsuya Nomura just threw out the idea and as a joke, actually, originally, and then they're like, you know what, screw it, let's do it. So it has a bunch of RPG. It's an RPG. It has a lot of first person mechanics tied into not first person. It has a lot of turn based mechanics tied into one on one real time combat. Keyblade. The Keyblade was an amazing weapon. And for Kingdom Hearts 1, I'm gonna give an A. Actually, let's put it between A and S for now. A A.5. I'm not gonna be keeping it there for long. I just wanna give it a basis of where it belongs. It definitely belongs somewhere high, but it doesn't. I'm not too sure about S right now. I mean, it was the first game. Next game to come out was Recoded. Code's on the Game Boy, so the graphics aren't that good. Introduced the card combat system. I'm not a big fan of it, but it did have a really good story, and it did push the story a little bit further. I will. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll put it. Give it a C. If not just because of the story and because of the introduction of Axel, I'll give it a C for now. I'll 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 leave Kingdom Hearts 1 at an A. Alright. Next game to come out is Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm definitely giving this an S. The combat was definitely an upgrade from 1. The story was definitely an upgrade from 1. It was a little less vague. It had a lot of design that I really like. Roxas was introduced in this game. I don't think 358 came before 2. So if that's Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Okay, I got that wrong. Chain of Memories came after 2, but it's alright. So Kingdom Hearts 2 was definitely the introduction of Roxas. We didn't know who Roxas was until the end of the story, and then we had more questions. I'm gonna have to be fair and give 358 a C. The graphics, again, very, very toned down, very bad looking since it was on the DS. The story was, I like the story. Me personally, young me was very depressed orientated, so 358 over 2 days is definitely a game to go in the C category. It still takes the combat mechanics of 1 and 2, but throws them in a DS game. And we didn't get something unique until Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. So, Rechain. I'm gonna put just because of the graphics. I'm gonna put Chain here in the D slot, and I'm gonna put its remake Rechain here in the C slot, and 358 will stay in the slot of C because it doesn't have a remake, so it'll stay in the C slot. I think that's where it belongs. How am I doing on time? I'm doing 15 minutes. All right. Um, hmm. I'll do Coded first. The phone game, it's definitely getting an F. I don't know if it had any story elements because I didn't get to play it. It was a phone game that we didn't get to play. It was only released in Japan, and again, it was a phone game. We're not talking about smartphones. We're talking about. I have this for emergencies. It's my government phone. We're talking about flip phones, like really old phones. That's that's what kind of phone we're talking about. So it's definitely getting F. Back cover will get a E. I don't think it would have been as bad as coded, but it definitely wasn't released in the United States, and it was a browser game only in Japan. But it did technically introduce those story elements before Unchained Key was released in America. Now we're finally getting to the meat of potatoes. Let's do Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep is a solid B. Let me just minimize that a bit. Not that much. Well, maybe that much, yeah. That's Birth by Sleep. Let me just full screen to make sure you guys can see that. Oh, no. Yeah, you guys can definitely see that. Okay. I'll have to do better at my scaling next time, but scaling on OBS is a little bit difficult. It's definitely a B. Combat, while fluid, is still a bit too fluid. There's too much transition. The command deck is a broken mechanic. The story is great. It finally introduces us to what the main villain is actually going to be like, and who the main villain actually is, and where he came from. But Terra is kind of a terrible character. The voice acting is a little bit stale, even for Aqua, even for my girl Aqua. I know it makes me feel bad too. Ooh, but Aqua's still one of my favorite waifus through the whole series. But it's still a very solid game. It's got a lot of elements to it. The final mix version, which is included in 2.5 down. This is 1.5. This is. Let me just line these back up a bit. There we go. These aren't going in these tiers. I'm just lining them back up. Okay. It does have a remix, and that remix is in 2.5 right over here. I have bad eyes, and a few plot holes was created in the Kingdom Hearts franchise because Birth by Sleep, Mickey not knowing who Xehanort was, or Apprentice Xehanort. He didn't even question, oh, his name is Apprentice Xehanort. Huh. Maybe, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, maybe Mickey just wasn't told about Xehanort. Then again, no, because he's been following this plot for a long time, and he talked to Aqua, and he was there when Aqua was explaining all of it to Yen Sid, so he should have known who Xehanort was. Did he not question, oh, Apprentice Xehanort looks like Terra? Weird. No, he didn't. So, because of the plot holes, because of a little bit of the broken combat mechanic, I'm going to be putting it at B. Recoded's now. Jeebus. I gotta quit doing that. Recoded's next. Where should we put Recoded? Let's see. How should I? It was my first Kingdom Hearts game. I don't want to be too harsh on it. It really was my first. It did introduce a lot of new, different kinds of gameplay with the boss battles. It was a step up from the graphics from 358, but it was still on a Nintendo DS. The journal was a little bit of a weird thing to base plot around. I think it's a solid D. I'm not gonna let my bias get in the way. It was the first game I played, but I'm not gonna let my bias get in the way. I think it's a solid D. All right, next. The next game to come out was 1.5. Oh god. Why do I keep doing that? 1.5. Okay. So if I gave one an A, I would definitely have to give 1.5 an S rank. Simply because Final Mix is in 1.5, so it's not only an Ooh, got my ear. It's not only an HD remix, but it's not only an HD remaster, but it's also the final mix version of the game. So, and plus it also includes rechain in it also, and a movie of 358 over 2 days, which is also remastered. And it has this little bitty neat function where if you complete 358 over 2 days, Kingdom Hearts 1 remix and Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, you get some pretty cool uh PlayStation themes to use on your games. I mean, you can find those for free anyways, but still, it's a neat little gimmick to add to it. Next is back cover, since it was released. Next is back cover, not back cover, Unchained Key, which turns into Union Cross. So F for the old phone game, E for back cover, the original browser. It is a phone game. Oh, I'm not too big of a fan of the phone game. I'm not too big of a fan of the story elements being put into a phone game. Story elements that are going to be turned into a main story point nonetheless. Nomura, why? Why? I'm gonna give you a clown horn for that. It's terrible. Why would you do that? Not everyone has time to play this game, or the patience to wait for the updates. So D is still a step up from E because it was released in America. I'll give it that. It gets a D. Okay. I didn't realize we filled up the S through F. Now that we've got them filled up and I have a solid baseline that I feel comfortable with, 2.5. I wish there was an S plus rank. I wish there was just a way I can put 2.5 one above 2. There it is. It's at the S rank, boys. Not only because it includes not one final mix, but 2 final mixes that are also, again, HD remasters. Gotta remember, they're HD remastered. Sorry, boys. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta remember that it was it was remastered in HD, the final mix versions with the secret bosses and stuff like that. The Royal Radiance is one of the coolest keyblades ever, and I am still not finished with that on Terra. I'm saving all Terra's boss battles except for the Vanitas Remnant. Sorry, guys. For another live stream. I might also do something that I've never done before. I might do critical mode on all 3 characters. That's gonna be terrible because I suck. I suck at video games, and I'll tell you, I suck. I'm not Dark Side Phil. I'm not gonna blame it on the game. I'm not gonna blame it on mechanics. I suck. It's just a pure fact. So when I do get an Elgato capture card, you guys can come and watch me scream at myself for being an idiot. I suck. I should have did Dream Drop Distance. It's a solid B. It's obviously a solid B. A lot of you people are thinking, but Dream Drop Distance, slow motion, blah 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 blah. No, not really. No, bad. I'm actually gonna give you a clown. Anyone who thinks, oh, but flow motion is amazing, and look at the little dream meters. No, no, no. Slow motion is super broken, and it wasn't fixed until 3. Dream Eaters, while cute, is still eh. They still added back the broken mechanics of the combat from Birth by Sleep. Mine is broken. You can just in Birth by Sleep, mine, Seeker Mines, Square Mine, it's broken. Oh, don't attack. Don't attack. Just mine. Dodge, 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 mine, dodge, 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 mine, dodge, dodge, dodge. It takes out the it just takes the oomph out of the game when you can just mess with it that way. And then you gotta realize that mine is broken, but Balloon is more broken because it's just a more advanced version of mine. The combat system's still broken, and it's not as difficult as the other games. Sorry. That B. 2.8. Now we're getting into difficult. Difficult. We're getting into difficult. We're last 2. And these last 2 are kind of bad. Let's get the bark up in there. 2.8. It includes 0.2 a fragmentary passage. Aqua's back. Aqua's back, boys. Aqua's back in 2.8. With her own exclusive game, testing out the mechanics of 3. Or testing mechanics that will be implemented into Kingdom Hearts 3. It also includes Dream Drop Distance and Kingdom Hearts Key back cover. Kingdom Hearts Key back cover, the movie. I can tell you, it's rough. Story elements are all over the place. I believe they took cutscenes from back cover from Japan. I believe that's what Kingdom Hearts Key back cover is in this game. Again, I cannot confirm I didn't play that game, but I feel like that's what it is. There's no, because it doesn't feel like an actual movie, like it promised. Like they're like, oh, it's an actual movie. You know, we worked on the animation, yada yada yada. But there's no actual action. There's no linear narrative. There's not really that much of a conflict or that much of a resolution to the whole thing. I was gonna give a rank to that alone. I would give it a. I'd give it an E, only because it's in English. And then we got 0.2, which again includes our girl Aqua. But the problem is it again is very short. Not really that many hours of content. The only content you really have is a retread of DDD. I'm gonna do something I haven't done. I think we're gonna put it at a B. Stick it with its DS counterpart. Simply because I don't know. I don't want to give it anything lower because it still got good qualities to it. Now we're on to 33 minutes. I expect this to be longer. And we're on to Kingdom Hearts 3. It's good. It's good. It's not perfect. Not everything I wanted, but you can't say it's bad. You can't. You can't say the big boy. Big boy right here, Kingdom Hearts 3. Start the beginning is kind of lackluster. The whole game drags. Very weird drag. Pacing is kind of weird in this game. I could tell you that. I feel like Nomura, after hyping it up so much, he didn't feel like he wanted to end it here. So he made bigger plans for later on in the franchise, and that's why a lot of things he did in this game don't make sense. If you look at the perspective of he was setting up things for futures to come, then it does make sense. Does it make it a better game? No. And it's a good game. It's not perfect, but it's a good game. Just I don't feel the same way I do about it as much as the other ones. Not only was the advertising done wrong, they've revealed too much, but also I just feel like I waited too long. We waited too long for this game. If we got this a long time ago, maybe it would be up there with S rank, but it's definitely not going in S rank. Does it deserve to be in B rank? I don't think so. Not really that low. It takes elements from every one of the games, all the good elements of the games, betters them, and puts them in there. So the gameplay's there, good gameplay, but it's not as good as the remixes or two. Oh, I mean, the game did give us Dark Aqua, but having a hard time placing it, boys. Having a hard time placing it. I just went lightheaded for a second, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't get enough oxygen to the brain. I stopped breathing. Feel like it's at that A. The gameplay mechanics alone would put it at an A. The story feels a little bit. Story feels a little bit laggy. Story feels a little bit draggy. A lot of things were placed in a lot of areas that I wouldn't have agreed with in the story. Keyblade transformations are really cool. I agree with those. And that's probably why we didn't get that as many Keyblades as we usually do this time around. And we rarely get Keyblades in the other games. So the pure fact that there's less Keyblades in this game, than there is in other games. It feels kind of ugh. So with that, I feel like it's an A. I feel like it's an A, to be honest. I mean, it would be a B if it had the worst gameplay mechanics, if it had the worst story possible, if it didn't tie up the narrative at all in the saga, like all the worst things they could have done with it, it still had a Dark Aqua in it. So I feel like the game deserves an A just on the own merits of the gameplay, reworking some stuff, putting a bunch of the best elements together, making less things broken like shot lock. Shot lock was really bad in BBS, really broken. So I feel like 3 belongs here. That I mean that's our list right there for the YouTube crowd for the recording of the YouTube video. Guys, this is it. This is your definitive tier list. Uh for my opinions on Kingdom Hearts. If you disagree with me, put it down in the comments. And anyone in the playback, if you disagree with me, again, put it in the comments, please. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if you disagree. But you guys on the YouTube video, if you like my kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. Put a like on it if you liked the video, or hell, if you even disliked it, put a dislike on it. I'm not your boss. But, you know, that does it for this video, and I will see you guys later.